This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
I'm really bummed that Raiders Colts game is on Fox and Spiro Dides isn't on it. If Spiro Dides wants to maybe get a ticket to that game, I got a place and a recommendation. Game Time.
Yeah.
Spiro, download the Game Time app. You can take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Dan. You get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Swipe, tap, ticket, go.
He seems like a Game Time guy.
You know what? I'm going to do this because of how shitty that contribution was. You just didn't offer anything in the way of...
It was a cherry on top of what Mike
nice.
did.
No,
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for a shit contribution.
No!
I was the cherry. Mike was the ice cream.
He was a cherry. He was a cherry.
Try to be a cherry.
Seems like a Game Time guy. Like, it just wasn't a contribution.
That seems he is a Game Time guy.
It was just speaking to be heard. It was useless. So we've got 3 baseball games today that are fun. And I will tell you that yesterday I'm driving home and I'm listening to Guardians Tigers, and the Tigers keep getting base runners against Cleveland, and they keep stranding base runners. And I'm listening, and I really enjoy still old-timey radio on a baseball broadcast. And the Cleveland announcers are so excited because their team's just okay. They're -6 run differential this season. They have 3 guys batting under 200 in the lineup, but the Tigers collapsed late in the season, and Cleveland won like 17 of 19 games. And the announcer, as you hear the crowd, the ambient noise, and they're talking about how much they love October, the announcer nails it with the following sentence. Everyone is standing, some of them breathing. Because the Tigers had runners on base all the time. And something that's happening in that sport, and Mike, I know you're sort of new to it here. You gathered for playoff baseball, and Zaz, I know you love playoff baseball.
I do.
The bases loaded situation does not matter anymore for offenses because of the way that pitchers are now striking out 1/4 of the hitters, and in the case of Mason Miller, striking out all 7 guys he's faced because everything he's throwing up there is triple digits.
You're so right. It's so used to be, bases loaded, guaranteed runs are going to score now.
Yeah, what's a miss rate? I know the strikeouts are probably a solid indicator on that, but when you have bases loaded, you're like, all right, at least we can get bat to ball in this situation. And Aroldis Chapman figures it out, and people don't even have an opportunity to make a play on it.
But league average, is 22% of the hitters strike out. But here's the thing. They strike out against all the bad teams, too. Mm-hmm. The teams with pitching now who have aces going on the front, you've seen most of these games, except the Dodger games, are low scoring. Everyone who's going out there throwing is throwing so hard that it is very difficult to score.
Which I don't mind. I think there's high drama in these situations where you essentially have the tying run at the dish every inning. That's fine. I love that they really fixed this game. Again, just bombing in for the playoffs here. These games are going so quick because even before playoff games, even if they were low-scoring,
well, that's mostly an effect of the pitchers being so great. Is that these playoff games are lower scoring? Right?
I mean, but there have been pitchers' duels that back in the '90s that would take forever.
Well, yeah, because you could switch the relief pitchers like every batter. You're right. That rule right there, I would imagine, has really helped.
I saw this change. I'm going to say 3 or 4 years ago, where it didn't matter getting a runner to third or getting runners on first and third. Just stop mattering because it's so hard to make contact and even hit a ball to the outfield that the number, you can't play the way the Royals won the championship anymore, bunting and stealing bases and doing that stuff.
They were ahead of it, though, when it came to the bullpen. Now everybody is basically that Royals bullpen.
Billy, have you been excited by the baseball that you've been watching? Have they lured you in here recently with these games? Because Yankees-Red Sox is a fun one. Aaron Judge is in a really difficult spot.
Am I the only one rooting for the Yankees, by the way? Like, I like when the Yankees keep advancing in playoffs.
Why?
Because they're interesting. Like I know the Yankees. They're interesting. There's always drama surrounding them. I want to keep the conversation going about Aaron Judge. I like when the Yankees are involved.
But you want him to ultimately lose. Like, you want him to keep winning to then lose?
Yeah, I don't need them to win, but like I enjoyed last year when they got to the World Series. So yeah, I think you're right. I think so.
I'm with Zaz. I want them in it, but I want this Judge narrative to I want him to come up in a big spot. I want him to do bad, and then I want to crush him the next day.
Yep.
The Dodgers have now advanced to the division round 13 straight times. So money may not guarantee happiness, but it does guarantee you the divisional round if you're the Dodgers.
It doesn't guarantee you winning the lottery, but you get way more lottery tickets to win the lottery.
Not for the
Pitch
Mets.
tipping also. Big pitch tipping scandal.
Do you guys know the last time the Reds won a playoff series? Do you want to guess the last time? Because they got dragged by the Dodgers. The Dodgers made it look very easy. They're the only team that actually hit the ball a ton in this first round.
91.
Pitches, yeah.
Did they? I remember Roy Halladay threw a perfect game in the playoffs against Brandon Phillips' Cincinnati Reds. Maybe that wasn't the wild card. Maybe it was that year.
1995.
Whoa!
The last time.
Big red machine.
That is not the big red machine. The big red
lockout.
machine was in the 70s.
Boy, do you even follow baseball, Billy?
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
You ever try to name all your financial accounts and their balances, 401ks, investments, properties? I can barely remember what I had for lunch, let alone all that stuff. That's why I started using Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one finance tool that pulls everything together, your accounts, budgets, goals, into one clean dashboard on your phone or laptop. And let me tell you, it was a wake-up call. I found a 401k from some job I forgot existed, and it wasn't some small change. Ended up being a nice little chunk of change there for the boy. I realized that I had cash just sitting there doing nothing in my investments. Not as smart as I thought it was. Monarch makes all that obvious and actually feels doable. No spreadsheets, no hopping between apps, just a real clear view of my money. You can even share with your partner or financial advisor. No more wait. Let's see how much we spent on that coffee or that takeout. Monarch puts everything on the table, literally. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DAN at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code DAN.
Hey, Jeremy, old buddy, old pal.
Hey, Mike.
I want to talk to you about Miller Lite. You and I have bonded over these last few weeks talking about our shared love of Miller Lite.
That's right.
A great partner of our show for practically its entire existence.
It's been a partner of this show since I was 10 years old.
And it's been around for 50 years, and they've been a part of our show for almost 20. We're approaching incredible partner status with Miller Lite.
I mean, to think that people were celebrating at my bar mitzvah with Miller Lite as they were a partner of this show is pretty incredible.
You're talking about the moments that are made better by making those times, those special times, Miller time. Jeremy, there's nothing like cracking open Miller Lite with your crew. This football season, it's especially true. Whether it's a touchdown you didn't see coming or just arguing about fantasy lineups you already know you're going to lose, Miller Lite has been the taste you can depend on for 50 years. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, that iconic golden color, and here's a kicker, Jeremy.
What's that?
It's just 96 calories.
I still can't believe that. We say it every week. I can't believe it.
It's just 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. It's the original light beer since 1975 and still hitting different 5 decades later. Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan Le Batard.
That was a long story.
Yeah.
That's the only kind he tells.
It was a short one for me. I tried to speed it up for you guys.
You forgot about the Leagues Cup.
Stugotz.
La Carreta is a place where the best of the celebrations has to be the 97 Marlins celebration because it was Levon
Well, when
Hernandez.
Fidel died the first time.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Jeremy is going to cover some of this in Pitch Clock in moments. Billy, did you want to offer Jeremy an apology even though he's not here today?
Nah.
We're good. I did at one point in time, but I've moved past that because Jeremy's so Jeremy that it's just like, we're good. We don't need to apologize.
Well, what was the nature of what you were considering apologizing for?
I felt like maybe I advanced a narrative that he may have been having an inappropriate relationship with a former guest and possibly friend of the show. But I will say that all of the social media posts after the fact kind of left a lot of questions unanswered, I would say. So I don't think that after, throwing it out there, something that we were all kind of wondering what was going on there, I thought maybe that wasn't great. But, I mean, they did nothing to dispel those rumors.
That's what I'm saying. Answer some tough questions, Jeremy. I don't think you have anything to apologize for. I'm on your side, Billy.
Thank you.
Well, it was accusatory in nature, and Jeremy loves sports, loves baseball,
and older women.
We don't
and men.
We don't know if he loves older women or not. You keep making this.
You could assume. One would assume.
That's what we're trying to get to the bottom of, Dan.
He just flew to New York to experience all things New York and Boston. And Zaslow's the only one among us today rooting for the Yankees. I'm rooting for Yankee Pain. I grew up a Yankee fan. I've told you this story before. Their spring training was in Fort Lauderdale. We did not have pro sports except for the Dolphins back then. So when baseball came to town, it felt like a giant thing. But there are so many New Yorkers in Miami who have infected Miami with their New York that I have since now just enjoyed New York suffering in all sports.
Right, but isn't it max suffering if they get the tease of last year and then they lose in the World Series?
Why is he smiling like that?
Photo of Jeremy behind me?
Dan, you may need to put the reckless speculation on just to cover me. Can you hit it for a second?
Okay, but I thought this started with Billy wanting to apologize.
I cleared my chest.
I may need to apologize after this.
I may apologize to Jeremy on Mystery Crate this week. We'll see how I'm feeling.
Okay.
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good.
You good?
Thank you. If you take a look at the picture that's on your screen right now behind Billy, is it reckless to say, looks like Jeremy's had some work done. The eyebrows on the top right here look a little high.
I get what you're saying.
Like there's a little bit of some injections.
He's lost a lot of weight recently.
I don't think it's the weight, though. I don't think it's the weight. It's the eyebrows.
I think it just looks weird because he's never had a smile that big on his face.
You think he's got some talks?
I mean, she did tweet out that he's her boy toy.
She called him a handsome boy a couple
She said,
times.
I'd do anything for a cute boy in one of the videos.
Yeah, she's instigating matters. Is she on Pitch Clock? Do we know the guest that is
it's
on
Adnan.
Pitch Clock? Okay, so it's Adnan.
Might have been awkward, I guess, for them.
I am going to consume all of this stuff this afternoon, but Yankees-Red Sox being able to give us, to the right to play the Blue Jays, I just did not have that happening this season. That is not.
Blue Jays are good, Dan?
Yeah, the Blue Jays won the division. The Blue Jays got the bye.
They were supposed to be good for like the last 5 years with all these young guys, and then it wasn't really panning out, and now it has.
It has. What are you interested in here, Billy? Have they lured you in? Is Jeremy going to lure you in?
No, Jeremy's not, but baseball will. Game 3. Did we sufficiently apologize and clean up that situation with Jeremy? Like, is that fine?
The Botox or no?
Is that resolved?
I don't know what you've done here. I thought you were going to apologize to Jeremy, and then you said, I don't apologize, and now you've pointed out that Jane Levy exacerbated matters and threw lighter fluid all over the situation by calling him a boy toy and everything else.
And Jeremy's had work done.
Well, that was you guys. If anyone has to apologize for that, that was you guys.
That was not you guys. It was just Tony. It was just Tony and
Billy
Mike.
agreed.
And Mike.
No, I said he's smiling. Look, I'm very uncomfortable with how this show is treating Jeremy this week. If it wasn't for Jane actually furthering this conversation, I'd be made very uncomfortable by it. It's unfair. People normalize platonic relationships between 20-somethings and older women.
And men. There's an older gentleman there, too, and they talked about writing and what have you and whatever.
Well put, as always. The eloquent Billy Gill always providing commentary that
you
makes
know,
him a professional broadcaster.
There's a big age gap there. I don't know what commonalities do you have besides baseball. That's why I think it's fine. It's the baseball
love of sports,
timeless game.
Love of it. Jeremy did something, and Billy, you at one time, I don't know when you became such a hardened cynic, but
no.
You at one time flew to Detroit to watch Miguel Cabrera get his 3,000th hit and stayed there for like 4 days because he wouldn't get it immediately and there was a rainout.
Well, I mean, I was there. I had no. If we're going to go back and we're going to tell the story, I had to stay there because of that damn Aaron Boone, who should be fired, who decided to intentionally walk Miguel Cabrera on his last at-bat of that first game. And then the next day there was a rainout, and then there was a doubleheader the following day, and thankfully, mercifully, we got it done in the first game, so I didn't have a fourth Tigers game because I showed up at that second Tigers game that got rained out. My gosh, and my family was like, oh, this will be a fun adventure. And I was like, what do I do with a newborn in Detroit for 4 days? We can only go to Little Caesars so many times.
Tony just wanted to see Cabrera hit a little
Well, because if we're going to go back to that, David Sampson stole Ichiro's 3,000th hit from me, so I was owed a 3,000th hit. There's a lot of people who wronged me in that scenario.
In our defense,
except Colin from Sheets and Giggles because he paid the tab.
If Billy had gone with Jane Levy, we probably would have commented on it.
What do you mean?
We would have commented. Dan's asking like,
I went with my family. I didn't abandon my family. Jeremy's a married man, and he left his family behind to go philander up there in playoff games. Allegedly.
Allegedly is the work done. We don't know.
Can you say allegedly if you're the person that's starting the allegation?
What do you mean?
Tony just tried
Tony's
to
the one. If anyone should apologize for anything, it's Tony who said that Jeremy's had work done.
It looks tasteful, though.
I mean, if he's done work, he's done a good job of hiding
That's what I'm saying. It's tastefully done. The eyebrows are a little bit higher than they usually are.
Some would say he should get his money back because it's hard to tell if he has or hasn't had work done. And
no, that's how you know it's good, though, Billy.
But if you want to pay, you want to see like results. Like if I were to get implants, I'm not going to get an A cup, you know?
I texted Jeremy. We're going to get an answer.
Give me Bazungas.
Jeremy loves sports still. He has not been beaten down by the daily grind of doing a show, so he flies to New York excitedly and does Yankees-Red Sox.
Possibly with work done, we don't know.
And Yankees-Red Sox today, if I can't get you excited about Yankees-Red Sox today, you guys are never going to do baseball.
I'm excited. What time is it?
Yeah, game 3.
It's the night game. It's the prime time.
Head-to-head with football.
8 o'clock.
I will be following. I'll watch the other ones.
TNF, though,
A 3-5-8 situation today.
You're going to watch Rams 49ers, that broken 49ers team. You're going to go get them on
See how
Amazon.
Mac Jones
I'm
does,
going to have some sweetbreads and an Argentinian steakhouse.
It's Seminoles week, Dan.
Yes, FSU week. I head up to Tally.
Jeremy Taché, clearly with work done. The boy toy is next.
Hey NFL fans, what's your favorite touchdown? For me, mine is always the next one. With DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could put cash in your hands. I'm talking first touchdown scorers, anytime touchdowns, live bets. Every snap is an opportunity. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DAN. That's code DAN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Minimum minus 500 odds required. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Don Le Batard.
Can I tell you something? I don't know, it was maybe like a month ago. And I decided to watch Pitch Clock. And I told Jeremy,
Stugotz.
this is a good show you're doing.
This is the Don Le Batard show with the Stugotz.
I'm gonna bring the energy for this.
But we fake it?
Yeah, we are recording this just a few hours after I got back from being at Game 1 of Yankees-Red Sox, and I'm pretty tired. Don't make the joke. Don't do it.
I won't. Have we started yet? I was trying to tell if that.
Yeah, we're doing a cold open.
Okay, my
That's
bad.
what this is.
Welcome to the Pitch Clock. Here's the pitch. A 2-part baseball segment
Combining a nostalgic baseball trivia game and an interview with an expert.
This is the Pitch Clock.
It's the playoffs, and this is the Pitch Clock.
Fire Aaron Boone. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's playoff time. I don't want to do hijinks.
So you're just switching things up?
I don't want to do hijinks anymore. I want to give
It's down to business.
It's time to get serious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that other voice that you heard, that's Ethan.
Yeah.
And Ethan is here to do our trivia game once again. I'm wearing my new World's Greatest Rivalry shirt for the Yankees and the Red Sox. And if we all know the reality, the world's greatest rivalry is in trivia between me and Chris.
Yeah.
I said last week that I was going to get our results from the regular season and let everybody know what those were. I've not done that.
Yeah.
So maybe next week.
Who are you in the rivalry? The Yankees or the Red Sox between you and I? I think I'm the Yankees, right?
Well, until we get the result, we won't know.
Yeah, we won't know.
Yeah, but we know.
You're also...
But we know.
But you're red.
It's true.
Ethan, what's our game for this week?
We're going to draft a roster of 9 players. Doesn't matter about position. And they're all going to be Yankees and Red Sox. Okay? What I have in front of me is the total of RBIs, the top 30 RBI leaders for each franchise in their playoff history.
So we're going to go back and forth picking players for both franchises.
At the end, we're going to add up the RBI total, and whoever has the highest total of RBIs is the winner.
Yankees, Red Sox history, RBI.
Yankees and Red Sox history.
Playoff RBIs.
Playoff.
Oh, yeah.
Postseason RBIs.
Okay.
Total, not single season.
Correct.
Postseason career
Postseason
RBIs.
RBIs.
All right, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I will go with. Why are you covering over there? I will go with David Ortiz.
Okay, so David Ortiz is the all-time leader in Red Sox postseason history with 57 RBIs.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to go compiler first, even though he probably didn't drive in a ton of runs. But we found out last week he had a bunch of homers. Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter is second in Yankees history with 61 career postseason RBIs.
How about that?
Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez is second in Red Sox history with 38 career postseason
As you
RBIs.
pointed out, I am red.
I'm going to go ahead and just say, you know what? How about Mr. October, Reggie Jackson?
Okay, so Reggie Jackson is 17th in Yankees history. He has 29 career postseason RBI.
It's so funny that Manny is second with 38, but Reggie Jackson is 17th for the Yankees with 29.
Gives you a feel for which franchise has had more success.
Few more guys.
That's why I'm the Yankees in this debate between us.
All right, our 2025 MLB expert. Who else was it going to be for the playoffs than Adnan Virk? Adnan wearing his pitching ninja hat. I'm here wearing my Smells Like Seam Spirit baseball shirt from RotoWear, specifically because I purchased this after a conversation with Jazz Chisholm Jr., who was wearing it back in Miami a couple of years ago, and we want to give Jazz some love because we're starting here with Yankees-Red Sox. Obviously, I was at Game 1. We've discussed that on the show, an absolute blast, but this series has been really everything you would want out of a Yankee-Red Sox wild card series thus far, back and forth. Adnan, what are your thoughts on these first couple of games between these teams? Who do you think pulls it out here in Game 3 in this matchup between rookie starters in Connolly Early and Cam Schlittler, and why?
I'm so glad that you got there, Jeremy, for Game 1. There's nothing quite like playoff baseball. I know it's been a grind for you. I know you're fasting today, Yom Kippur, but dude, just getting it in is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm glad you were there in the stadium. As far as Game 2 is concerned, here's my thing with the Yankees is just that they're so reliant on the home run. 50% of their runs are scored via the home run. And so far we've seen a couple. Anthony Volpe was the lone run in Game 1 and Ben Rice in Game 2, but they've yet to really get going. So it was nice to kind of see them scratch at a run like that. I wouldn't say quite manufacture a run, but using Jazz Chisholm's speed and the fact he was not going to be denied, you're right. That was an incredible run around the bases. I mean, the guys scoring their first and last runs were on the bench in Game 1. So figure it out. This is how the Yankees do things. As far as the pitching matchup is concerned, it's a bit of a stunner, right? Like you say to yourself, wow, the Red Sox Crochet's incredible, and as advertised, 117 pitches, shut down the Yankees, and then Chapman did the rest. Game 2, you go, all right, well, Bayo, sure. And now Giolito being out is a real blow, I think, for the Red Sox, because even though he's had some control issues, he's been excellent the last couple months of the season. Early's a guy who made his debut September 9th. Cam Schlittler, big veteran, compared to him, made his debut July 9th. So both these guys, I give the edge to Schlittler, who throws like 97, 98. I think he's a terrific pitcher. I do think they'll both be relying to their bullpens. I don't see Early's going that long in this game. But just the second pair of rookies to start a winner-take-all postseason game, Dustin May and Ian Anderson, 2020 NLCS.
Wow.
So I think ultimately the Yankees win this game because they've got the better offense. But I give props to Trevor Story and Boston for hanging in. It's been a great story so far. And could I see them winning a game 3? Yeah. But generally the script felt to me, Jeremy, Crochet wins in 1, Yankees win the other 2.
It's been the same story with a left-handed ace in Detroit. Tarek Skubal gets game 1 for the Detroit Tigers. The Guardians come back and win game 2. They're hosting game 3. It's the early game today. Obviously, the Yankees and Red Sox in prime time at 8 o'clock. You got a 3 p.m. start for these Tigers and Guardians, an all-day series. Jack Flaherty and Slade Ciccone, a name that sounds like he could be in one of your Marty Scorsese movies. I love that name. What will ultimately be the deciding factor in this one that sends one of these teams to Seattle?
I'm going to go talk to Slade Ciccone. No, not Ciccone. Oh, my God. You know Ciccone's a rat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's a great handle. There's no question about it. The matchup of these, Flaherty's really struggled down the stretch. So did Casey Mize, but Flaherty in particular, I don't have much confidence in. And Ciccone, as you know, pitched a near no-hitter one of his final starts of the season, in addition to having a great name. At the start of the playoffs, I said, listen, Jeremy, you can't go chalk. I picked Tigers in 3, and my rationale was Skubal wins you 1, which he did, and then they'll find a way to win the other game. On paper, it shouldn't make sense. The Tigers were 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position in game 2 and left 15 runners on base. But the Guardians have the lowest on-base percentage of any team in the playoffs. Pitching matchup, probably slight edge to Ciccone, but who cares? He's not exactly Cy Young out there. I see the Tigers win it. They got a couple more of those hits. They would have won that game, too, before Rocktober and Rocchio and the rest of the Guardians' offense woke up late in the game. So I'm calling the Tigers to win. I think, by the way, that's the best story, too, as a baseball fan. 50.5-game lead. You gagged it. You lost the division, but then you beat them in the playoffs. I'm pulling for Detroit. Especially for J.K. Simmons, who wrote the blurb for my book. Let's go Tigers.
It's all just bias from you, but go Gritty Tigers. Come on, give it to me. Give it to Jason Benetti, who's been a friend of the show.
Benetti we love.
He's the best.
I'll go with Bernie Williams.
Wow, Cody. All-time Yankees postseason RBI leader Bernie Williams has 80 career postseason RBI.
I'm so upset because I was kind of saving Bernie.
I just stuck my tongue out at Jeremy for the listening audience.
I wasn't sure you guys would get to him that early. I was surprised his name was atop. I know he played in all of those games.
You know what I think that is?
Kind of gave away my hint of there were more playoff games in this era.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he has the most postseason grand slams ever. And
which would help.
That helps. I'm really upset. Okay, let's go with... Let's just do A-Rod.
Okay. A-Rod is a nice pick. He is 11th in Yankees history. His 33 career postseason RBI.
All right. I'm going to go with Jorge Posada.
Nice. Jorge Posada is third time.
Me, man.
How are you not just going with Bernie Williams?
I don't know.
42 postseason
I'm so mad.
RBI.
I'm so mad. This is such a stupid game. I'm so mad at myself.
Don't insult the game.
No, it's my fault. All right, Ethan. I know it's my fault.
Jeremy's had a long couple days.
We should have snake draft.
Yeah, we should have. Dick. Tino Martinez.
Tino Martinez is another solid pick.
Yeah, but solid
32 career postseason RBI. He
32.
He is 13th behind A-Rod.
Scott Brocious.
Solid pick. 14th, 30 RBI.
Yeah, it's right there. Just because I know he had a big homer.
Go on.
Carlton Fisk.
Oh, nice.
6 career postseason RBI for Carlton Fisk.
That sucks.
I'm going to go with a Red Sox here. I'm going to go with Jason Varitek.
Wow,
Nice.
Cody is just on it today, man.
No, it's a great one.
Third all-time
in
Red Sox history. He has 33 career postseason RBI.
This is just based
Cody it's just that one run.
Cody has the number 1 Yankee and the top 3 Red Sox.
So I'm going to just say a name that Chris has said for 7 different games. Trot Nixon.
The best name, dude. 22. He is 7th all-time in Red Sox history.
I'll take it.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Just because you've said it so many times that I had
Such a great
to.
name. It makes me so happy.
Jason Giambi.
Not on the top 30.
Whoa.
So the door is open. 14 career postseason RBI for the Yankees.
Yeah, you're at 294. I'm at 183 going into this. So, Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth is on the Yankees postseason list. He is 16th with 30 career postseason RBI.
All right, let's move on to the National League. It's time to get there, and we do have one more game today before we move ahead to what the Dodgers did last night and what they'll do moving forward. It's the Padres and the Cubs, which feels like maybe the most unpredictable and strange series thus far, just simply because if you looked at both of these teams at any point during the year, there was a point where each of them, you could have said, hey, this team's going to win the World Series, and you wouldn't have sounded crazy. And yet, both teams right now headed in had a strange lack of momentum because there wasn't a ton to play for down the stretch. You got Jameson Taillon on the hill for Chicago, who's been pretty brilliant since returning from injury. You got former Cub Yu Darvish on the hill for the San Diego Padres, and yet Mason Miller's probably the most important pitcher in this series. What do you expect here in Game 3, Adnan? Ultimately, which team should Milwaukee be rooting for to win this game? Because obviously they've had their struggles continuing to play well in the postseason.
Well, the good news for Milwaukee is that when you have these teams playing 3 straight games, it really wears out their bullpens. It's certainly, we know San Diego has the best bullpen in baseball, and Chicago's has been pretty solid as well. But so far, Jeremy, going into Game 3, the Padres bullpen has accounted for 8 1/3 innings, and the Cubs 9 2/3. And you got to imagine today, again, that bullpen will be utilized. Yu Darvish, I can't see going more than 5 innings. As far as Taillon's concerned, same thing. So I'm with you. I love Mason Miller. He's my favorite reliever to watch. He's an awesome dude. The guy throws 104. Him and Morejon have now pitched back-to-back games. So you'd think likely unavailable a 3rd straight day, but no, it's the playoffs. If you need them, they'll pitch. But if they pitch 3 straight days, you got to think eventually relying on that bullpen so much will wear you down. So I think the better matchup for Milwaukee, I think the less dangerous team, in my opinion, at least is Chicago, because their pitching is not as strong. But I think if you're Milwaukee, you still want to see if the Padres are the team, as long as they use that bullpen, you're like, great, just wear those guys out, and they'll be fresh and ready for Pat Murphy's team. But I do think Manny Machado, massive home run. I love Manny. Happy to see him step up in that position. It's interesting. I'm going to go Padres just because that bullpen is so good. But again, I don't think it augurs well moving forward, because I do think the Brewers being rested eventually, when you're using a bullpen that much, when you're that reliant on them, it can be a challenge. But I'm glad the series is going 3. The fans have been awesome at Wrigley. Padres Cubs is a fun series to watch, so I look forward to it.
Yeah, I hope for those fans' sake that maybe it goes the Cubs' way, but I actually have to agree with you here that Padres lineup feels like one in a low-scoring series that has an opportunity to have more moments where a guy like Tatis or Machado can come through with a big home run. But let's move on to the Dodgers, because I think the big sentiment across Major League Baseball was, hey, Reds, don't let the Dodgers get hot. And yet that's exactly what they did. They let the Dodgers get hot, and that's really a nightmare for the rest of Major League Baseball. You had Ohtani with his couple of home runs. Now he's going to start Game 1 of the NLDS against the Phillies, which is genuinely just like hilarious to think about who this person is. But what's the level of concern if you're the Philadelphia Phillies here with the Dodgers advancing? What's sort of your prediction for this series, which to me looks like it might be an NLDS that's really an NLCS. Do you think the winner of this one ultimately advances to the World Series as well?
I do, absolutely. I think it's going to be must-see TV. I think the winner of Phillies-Dodgers makes the World Series. I interviewed Pat Murphy last week, and I basically said that to him as well. I'm like, you realize Milwaukee has the most wins in the regular season. You're the number 1 seed. No one's picking you guys. He goes, no, I'm well aware of that. And he's like, yep, we're going to use the us versus the mentality. Everyone wants to pick Dodgers, Phillies, fine. But I do think, as great a season as Milwaukee's had, the Dodgers starting pitching hasn't been healthy until now. The Phillies haven't been clicking until now. The only concern for the Phillies is no Zach Wheeler.
Yes.
But you and I know, if you've seen Christopher Sanchez pitch, he's a Cy Young candidate. Ranger Suarez has been great. Maybe Nola can step up. I think Jesus Luzardo, you know him from his time with the Marlins. Yep. He's pretty good. So actually, I'm like, Wheeler's awesome, but I'm like, and that Phillies offense could bang. I mean, Schwarber with his 56 home runs, 132 ribbies. He's going to be a ton of fun to watch. Trey Turner's a batting champion. So I do think Phillies-Dodgers will be for all the marbles. As you said for the Reds, don't let the Dodgers get hot, particularly Mookie Betts. He's now had a sizzling September September after having a terrible regular season. He went 4 for 5 yesterday, 3 ribbies. Ohtani, as you mentioned, the game one. Ben Rortved's been a revelation for them as catcher with Will Smith out. He went 2 for 3, couple of runs scored. I was really so curious what they're going to do with Ohtani, and I think it was brilliant by Dave Roberts, Jeremy. I'm like, don't use him because you don't need to. So if they need him in a game 3, yeah, but they didn't. Now he starts game 1. We know his offense generally suffers if he's pitching, but dude, just go out there and pitch and throw 5, 6, 7 innings, whatever you need to do, and the rest of the offense will pick it up. So, yeah, I mean, the Reds, just feeble performance by them. The pitching really couldn't stand up at all, especially when you see Hunter Green get knocked around. You kind of knew that would happen in game 2 as well. But, yeah, Dodgers, Phillies, I'm already looking forward to. I think it's going to be an awesome series.
I can only think about 2 things as we go through the National League there, and actually 3 things as we go through the National League because of my Marlins bias. We're talking about Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Jesus Luzardo as potential X factors here in the postseason. We're talking about Mason Miller, who, of course, my guy Kyle Stowers hit that walk-off grand slam against earlier in the year when he was still with the Athletics. And ultimately, when we're talking about these teams and the Reds really putting up that feeble performance, how about the Marlins making a difference in what the postseason was ultimately going to be? Because they knocked the Mets out of that spot. And who knows how the Mets potentially could have done against the Dodgers, although the Dodgers do feel like a wagon. All right, Adnan, thank you for joining us for this first playoff episode of The Pitch Clock. We'll have you back, hopefully, nearly every single week. I've got a book that I was put in a position to have to plug here.
Nice.
Make Me Commissioner. Jane Levy, this book, go buy it, go get it wherever you can. Hey, another one. Cinephile. It's
my man. Thank you, Jeremy. You're the best.
I also recently purchased this one. These are both my own personal copies from 2 of my favorite baseball people, the 2 most recent episodes of The Pitch Clock. So go buy both of these books. Adnan, thank you so much for your time as always.
You're too kind, Jeremy. Thank you so much, buddy. Can't wait to sign it whenever I see you next. And shout out to Jane, by the way. Love her Koufax book. Was absolutely fantastic. I haven't read the Mickey Mantle book, but I've heard enough about it. The fact Mickey hit on her, which was terrible. But I look forward to reading this new book as well. I love the relationships you made in baseball. I'm nothing but Jane. I mean, that's big time. Good for you, buddy.
It's pretty special to have a new Jewish bubby in my life. Jane Levy, she's the best. You're the best, Adnan, and we will chat with you probably next week. Looking forward to it. Let's get back to our game between Chris and myself.
Ted Williams.
The issue with the guys of that era is there weren't a ton of rounds.
They just make the World Series, right?
Yeah.
It's like you win your league.
It's just tough. It's like I just don't know.
So here's a stunner.
Yeah,
Ted Williams not on there?
Not on the top 30.
I'm opening the door for you right now.
1 career postseason RBI.
295 for Ted Williams.
Joe DiMaggio?
Okay, DiMaggio's 15th. He had 30 career postseason
God, what a
RBI.
pity. Like, his voice right there. Hey,
Okay.
Hey, Jeremy, that was a good one. Don't feel bad, though. That was a good guess, Jeremy.
Say whatever the your last name is.
What I'm saying is you might think that some of these guys didn't put up great postseason counting stats because they didn't play a lot, but they did.
DiMaggio had 30, so I'm down by 52.
Man, I'm about to beat him with
This is your last pick.
a wild name. No, I don't think I'm going to beat you.
Do it.
Bill Miller.
Yeah, great name.
M-U-E.
Bill Miller had 4 career postseason RBI.
Ethan, I need to know this answer. How many players are left on this list that have 55 RBIs or more?
That's what you're down?
55 or more, you're done for it.
I'm done?
Yeah.
It's over?
I can tell you that the 2 highest totals left are both 40.
Damn.
They're both Yankees.
Well,
If he names both of them in 30 seconds, he wins.
Okay. I like this. Double or nothing.
This is no
double or nothing.
No, I gotta
clock.
get both.
This is 30 starting right now.
Yeah, 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Now you can think.
So I'm looking.
2 Yankees.
I'm going around.
40 RBIs.
Yeah, I'm going
You've
around.
had enough help here, Ethan. Thank you.
I'm going around each position. Paul O'Neill.
That's a great one.
He is not one of the Yankees.
I
Though
would've thought
he
that
did
was
have
great.
34 career postseason RBI, and he was 10th all time. The other 2 were Giancarlo Stanton, 40 career postseason RBIs. Think about he's been great in the postseason.
know,
Hit a
but
lot of big homers.
Not Judge, right?
And Mickey Mantle, 40 postseason RBIs. Aaron Judge, for all that people say about Aaron Judge in the postseason, 34 career postseason
All right,
RBIs.
so let me say
He's
something.
9th all time.
Let me
in
say
Yankees
something
history.
that is very upsetting because we could have at least had the drama. If I had gotten Paul O'Neill right, Mickey Mantle was my next name. I lose. Chris gets the first postseason win.
Let me total it up for fun.
Yeah.
For the fans at home. 299 to 277 is the official total here.
Bernie Williams is where this thing.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that was the big one.
And that's on me. I shouldn't have gone with Mr. October for something that's
really
all
bad.
about October baseball.
Really
How
bad.
foolish of me.
Hey, Jeremy, old buddy, old pal.
Hey, Mike.
I want to talk to you about Miller Lite. You and I have bonded over these last few weeks talking about our shared love of Miller Lite.
That's right.
A great partner of our show for practically its entire existence.
It's been a partner of this show since I was 10 years old.
And it's been around for 50 years, and they've been a part of our show for almost 20. We're approaching incredible partner status with Miller Lite.
I mean, to think that people were celebrating at my bar mitzvah with Miller Lite as they were a partner of this show is pretty incredible.
You're talking about the moments that are made better by making those times, those special times, Miller time. Jeremy, there's nothing like cracking open Miller Lite with your crew. This football season, it's especially true. Whether it's a touchdown you didn't see coming or just arguing about fantasy lineups you already know you're going to lose, Miller Lite has been the taste you can depend on for 50 years. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, that iconic golden color, and here's a kicker, Jeremy.
What's that?
It's just 96 calories.
I still can't believe that. We say it every week. I can't believe it.
It's just 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. It's the original light beer since 1975 and still hitting different 5 decades later. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.